Welcome back to the channel, ladies and gentlemen, or just gentlemen. I don't know who follows this channel yet, but we will get there when we get there. Anyway, we are back doing some camping, going back to my old spot that I went to this past weekend. So we're gonna hike up there. I'm gonna hike a little bit shorter this time because it's close to home. I think I only gotta go about 3/4 of a mile, and then we'll be back at our spot. So you will see when I get there. Oh, hey, look at that! Salmon berries. And just in case you don't know, that's your clover, which are edible. They're really sour. Don't provide you with much, but they are sour and they're decent. But those are good. Bears love those. But we're gonna keep moving anyway. Well, I found some fresh bear poop, so I'm gonna have to keep my eyes out and keep my eyes peeled. So keep that in mind as we're out here. All right, well, we made it back to our spot. Looking pretty much the same as we left it, except that there's been some bears through here. You can really tell. Bear, elk, a little bit of everything that goes through here. Anyway, we're gonna start setting up camp. We might do a time lapse of that. We'll let you know how we're going. Well, some of you might recognize this from my first video if you tuned in, but this is my hiking stick that I had for my first camping trip when I cut my finger. So we're gonna maybe do a little bit of whittling. Not gonna cut my finger. And if we do, I am fully ready with my first aid kit. But we're gonna be safe and we're not gonna be stupid this time. So you might see that sometime later. Well, I just got my new tent. It's a Kloss Nature is the brand. We're gonna see how that sets up, and then you're gonna see my time lapse right here. So here we go. Well, here's one of my luxury items. It's a freaking chair. Not having a chair sucks, but now I have a freaking camping chair that folds up real nicely and it's easy to put together. It has like a 300-pound weight limit. I don't need to worry about that weight limit, of course, but hey, I can actually sit down and not have to freaking sit on the ground over here like I did last time. It's real nice, not too shabby. Well, dug ourselves a little fire pit just because we're gonna have a little tiny fire so we can make some of our freaking sausages that I brought. These are some, I think they're pineapple brats or sausages. Just got 2 of them. I'm gonna get a hot dog stick. We'll have those over the fire. There's our little setup for our bed. Looking pretty darn cozy. Looks pretty nice. I can't complain right now. Everything out here is looking pretty decent now. Nice and comfortable setup. Really can't complain. I'll let you know when I'm starting to make some food or do something interesting. Well, I'm currently just hanging out in my chair, sipping on a, what the heck is this? This is a Ghost? Yeah, Ghost, sponsor me. I'm just kidding. That'd be cool though. I mean, I drink a lot of these. I feel like I should be, but you know, I'm not big enough to be sponsored. But yeah, sour pink lemonade, a little bit of an energizer boost. Definitely needed after a long day at work. I think I put in 7 or 8 hours. I don't remember how much hours I put in today, but I do work a full-time job. Camping is just something I enjoy doing for fun. I do work as a lifeguard, and that can be exhausting. And I work about 35, 40 hours a week. So in my free time, this is where I like to be. So cheers to that. Obviously, if you couldn't tell, it's my Karate Kid headband. I'm a big fan of Karate Kid. I feel like I belong in the 80s, you know. I feel like I'm in the wrong era a lot of times, but I watch so much stuff from the 80s. I listen to a lot of 80s music. I just listen to a lot of stuff at the same time. But when it comes to the 80s, that's kind of my spot. But anyway, who you guys going with? Like Miyagi-Do or Cobra Kai? Which one you like the best? Leave a comment below. Well, I climbed up a little bit. Campsite's right down there. Well, we climbed up a little bit just to get some cool views. You can see some of my old spots, like right over there. I've hiked through here, gone through here. There's a logging road down there, and it skirts all the way around here. There's a little spot I cut through earlier. I'm not too far from public, obviously. Since there's power lines there's an excavator over there. Literally in some logging land. But this place is pretty cool. This is a great view. Look at that. So beautiful. Gotta love where I live. Alright, well, we got our little fire going. I'm just gonna let this burn down for a little bit. I'm not gonna have a real big fire or anything. I'm just gonna have it big enough so I can cook my sausages, and then we shall be good. Getting a little hungry, so sun's going down. We'll have our little bit of a dinner here in a little bit. I have an MRE pack just in case I need more food, but I should be pretty decent. Anyway, you'll see me when I cook my dogs. If anybody actually hears me out in the woods, they're gonna be a little weirded out because I've just been making random sounds. I've just been going whoop real loud and doing a few other things. Ooh, that fire's really going. I'm gonna reverse camera so you can see it. Fire! We have fire! Woo! Alright, well, I think our dog is almost done. I'm gonna eat it here in just a second. Ooh, it's gonna taste good. I'm gonna make sure I don't burn my hand or anything while taking this thing off, so give me 1 second. Normally when I'm in the woods, I usually have some gloves to grab this and just eat it straight with my hands, but I actually don't think I brought my gloves out here, so we're just gonna eat it kind of right off the stick, and then we'll eventually just pull it off once it's cooled down, and then we'll just eat it from there. That's a good dog. Not half bad. I know a lot of you have seen those freaking Bigfoot and like Yeti AI videos. I find those to be the funniest things. I think at some point I may try to make my own script and try that out for myself. I think it would be kind of funny. And I'm just weird and I'll make a lot of weird sounds. So I could just do some like Bigfoot calls out in the woods and just be all weird, you know, scare off whatever's near me. I'm just weird like that. You'll learn to find that out, that I am just a weird guy. But I like being in the woods and having some fun. I just noticed one of my favorite pastimes while I'm out here is literally just sitting here next to the fire sawing wood. Got my little handsaw. This thing's already getting dull. But, you know, it does the trick. It was just a little pick-me-up item that I just randomly needed and got, so, you know, I'll make do with it. I do need to sharpen this thing, though, because it is getting rather dull. But, yeah, this is one of my favorite pastimes. You just start cutting wood and tossing it in the fire. And that fire is just, it's putting out a lot of heat. I'm going to see how long I can keep it going for. Maybe till about midnight, maybe later. I don't know yet. Anyway, enjoy the fire for a second here. This looks great. I started listening real close. I'm pretty sure there's a woodpecker up in one of these trees. I can hear it going peck, 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 peck. Oh, I see it actually. It's up in one of these trees, but there's no way I'm zooming into that. Anyway, we got a dog on our stick. We're gonna get it going right over the fire. Oh. Well, as you can see, the sun has set. We've just been chilling by our fire, keeping it stoked and going. I've been trying to get some hot coals going, so maybe I can start it up in the morning. Even if I can't, I can start a fire pretty easy, so it won't be any issue at all. But I'll show you what I've done so far. Don't mind the bright light. That is just my headlamp that I'm using as a backlight. It's working pretty well. Campsite's over there. Might turn the flash on. There we go. Sorry about the bright light there. Yep, there we are. I'm currently sitting on the ground to record this, but we have a nice fire. Looks pretty good. Well guys, it's been fun so far. I'm probably gonna call it a night so far with the videos and stuff. I'm just gonna sit here by the fire, maybe end up back in my tent to watch a movie, and then we're just gonna go to sleep eventually. But anyway, I'll see you guys in the morning. We'll probably take down camp, do a time lapse of that, and then we'll start hiking back, and that will be it for the one night. Hope you guys have enjoyed so far. Alright, well, I could have slept a lot better, but I had some weird dreams about being chased by a mama bear and her cubs. So that dream didn't treat me very well. I slept maybe about 4 or 5 hours at the most. But we got enough sleep. Soon I'll start taking down camp here in probably about an hour or so after I've had some food. And then we'll go from there. And then I'll probably just be doing my hike back, and that will be the video. So, hope you guys have liked this so far. Well, I got a little bit before I go. I gotta let my rainfly dry out a little bit. Lots of condensation on it per usual, like any other tent. But it seems to be drying up pretty quick. I just had to shake it out a few times and it'll be dry pretty quick. I will do a time lapse of me packing things up here, getting it all in my bag and everything. So you'll see that in a second. Alright, well, I'm all packed up and ready to start heading out down my access road, which is over this direction. It's kind of cluttered, but you can't even see it from here. But anyway, thank you. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. If you have been here and had a good time, feel free to subscribe or not. Doesn't matter to me too much, but if you do, it's free. Doesn't cost a dime. Yeah, this next time we go camping, it might be a longer adventure. We'll let you know what's happening. Hope you guys have a good one.